But the new Federal Reserve Chairman and Judy Shelton, they completely understand we could cut interest rates 1 or 2% like that and not see
Yes.
inflation that hurt the American economy, because we're not going to overprint the supply of money, which is what creates inflation. Growth does not cause inflation, but the Federal Reserve has been lying to us about that for 80 years. Growth
Hmm.
does not cause inflation. It's too much currency circulating in the economy that causes inflation, not growth.
This will be, in my opinion, the last Federal Reserve chairman we have as we know. But what are your views of all this, sir?
Yeah, John, the net effect of what Powell has done um, far outweighs whether he was central casting, whether he was ordered to do this, or whether it was part of a plea deal and a plea bargain. The net was timing is everything. Okay. They had to draw attention to the Federal Reserve, its abuses, the fact that it thinks it's supra sovereign and is untouchable by the highest elected official in America. Um, he had to keep rates exceptionally low so that people would, it's like bringing milk out on a driveway when it's 94 degrees outside and watch it curdle and everybody smells it and everybody complains about it. So by the time you get rid of the milk, it's like, thank God. I thought you'd never come and get rid of it. Well, Powell was that
Yeah.
stink in the economy who was giving the middle finger to our president while interest rates are absurdly high and people can't afford to fill up their cars with gas and eat. So, did he play the role that was necessary to set the conditions for a new Federal Reserve chairman to come in and do what's necessary? There's no doubt in my mind that what we're seeing happen, if we've been paying attention since late 2017 or 2018 about the military operation, it's mathematically and statistically impossible to think there's these millions of random coincidences are just happening in perfect alignment and in perfect sequencing, and it's central casting.
Yes. Thank you. Before we go on to John, what's your quick comment about now that this move has been made? How do you see things playing out from here on out concerning Fed policy uh, as the extinction of the Federal Reserve as we know it is in progress? How do you see this change into Wash playing out policy
Well,
wise, and how will
the
that
Fed
impact the people?
the Fed's going to just virtually disappear. It may stay around in name only or just be completely gone. We're going to have brand new currency minted and distributed by the United States Treasury, signed by the President of the United States, and there won't be the Federal Reserve note anywhere on the document. They're not going to be involved in buying it QE10 or QE4 or quantitative tightening or quantitative. They're not involved in the equation anymore. We're going to have a natural sovereign treasury that issues its own money. And the interoperability is what was on the table in China, John. What was sold and what was agreed to globally was interoperability. You have two men that represent 47% of the world's GDP in China, in Xi and Trump. We're going to be partners. We're not going to be in conflict. We're going to shake hands. I'm going to buy oil from you. Iran's not getting a nuclear weapon. Iran cannot keep the Strait of Hormuz closed. We are going to cooperate and work together. And when these two men, and then just throw in India, Russia, and Japan just for giggles, we've pretty much announced to the world that Federal Reserve, you're dismissed. Not only literally, Mr. Powell, see you later. But the new Federal Reserve Chairman and Judy Shelton, they completely understand we could cut interest rates 1 or 2% like that and not see
Yes.
inflation that hurt the American economy, because we're not going to overprint the supply of money, which is what creates inflation. Growth does not cause inflation, but the Federal Reserve has been lying to us about that for 80 years. Growth
Mhm.
does not cause inflation. It's too much currency circulating in the economy that causes inflation, not growth.
Mhm.
So we've
Yes.
got the right
I
we've got the right team in place.
It's very exciting. I've always said, I mean, keeping it simple, what are there, like 200 people on the board in the Fed or something? What do they really do? Raise and lower interest rates, increase or decrease the money supply, and almost always at the detriment of you and me, we the people, of course, funding both sides of every war and laughing all the way to the bank of which they are.
The global financial reset is underway and happening now. The battle rages on with competing parallel systems. The current deep state Federal Reserve Central Bank system and the system President Trump and team has developed. While the dawning of the golden age is upon us, we are presently in the danger zone through the reset transition.
Join me and my prominent guests every Wednesday live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on JMC Broadcasting's backup Rumble channel on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Sign up for JMC's free weekly war report, including notifications of when the Global Financial Reset Show is published. The future is bright, and it belongs to us, not to the global elite.
Global Financial Reset. Only from JMC Broadcasting.